This lesson will describe the Catch and Effort Report number 5, Unloaded Catch, All Species, Longline. This report is very similar to report number 4, except that it shows the verified unloaded weights for all recorded species, not just tuna species. The report shows the weight unloaded by species and is broken down to the weight by species destined for export markets and weight by species destined for other markets such as cannery and local markets. This report is only available for longline. Before running this report, you need to be aware that the source of the data is unloadings data, so these should have been collected and entered into Toughman before running this report. As the coverage of the unloading data may not be 100%, you should use the appropriate reconciliation report to identify and resolve any data gaps before producing this report. Refer to the lesson on how to locate gaps in the provisions of unloading data for further information. As this report is for longline vessels, it is important that you check that all of the unloading catch is accounted for, and not just the exported fish. The data will show all the species that have been unloaded. Generally, this will only be the commercially valuable species. It is unlikely that this report will show all of the hooked or all bycatch species unless 100% unloading of all catch is required by the license. So let's run our report. We're already in the reporting submenu. We've clicked on Catch Effort and we've selected our Unloaded Catch All Species Longline report, which is number 5 in the list. The parameters we're going to use for our example are longline, gear, the national fleet is the nationality, the time will go from the year 2007 to 2008, and we'll break that down by year and month. To export the information for your own analyses, you would run and open in Excel. For our purposes, we'll simply run the report. Now the report's quite small, so we'll make it larger. Just whiz up so you can see the top there. Okay, the report shows the period covered. In our case, month and year, so January 2008, February 2008. Then lists the species caught for that period, along with the corresponding weight, caught in metric tons either for export or the other market, which is local market or canneries. This report shows the actual weight amount of all species that were unloaded, not just the tuna. This report is useful if you are interested in the weight of all species that were unloaded, not just the target species. This type of information gives a good summary of the type of species that are being landed by all vessels. The report gives you a good idea of the amount and type of species that are exported, and also the amount and type of species that are sold locally. More detailed reports on the non-target species are available elsewhere. That concludes this lesson.